So Nintendo, of course, doesn't really make new IPs often as well. You know, like, Nintendo actually used to make a lot of new IPs, but they don't really make that many. They had Ring Fit Adventure and ARMS in the Switch era, but Nintendo was mostly focusing on stuff that already works. And so, Exetel developers said the company doesn't make new IPs often because there's no real need when it's all about creating a new way to play instead of fussing over the skin or a wrapper as well. The pick whatever first whatever fits the new gameplay best. And yes, I'm glad that Nintendo is still sticking to the way games were made, okay? Which the games used to be made for basically, hey, we make games because we enjoy making games to make people happy. That's what Nintendo always has done. But of course, 4chan has their comments, of course. Instead of, saying, hey, Nintendo is making games that are enjoyable, that are fun, that are, interesting, have interesting and fun gameplay as well. Nope. They're blaming it on autism, of course, attacking autistic people. The typical 4chan trick of the book. Okay, attacking people who have autism is, really, 4chan's favorite hobby besides saying the N-word, okay, and obsessing over Eve's boobs as well, okay. That's basically all 4chan is now, okay. Because they constantly attack Nintendo, whereas yes, I don't agree with everything Nintendo says. Like, I did not agree with the $80 price points. Of course, we have to suck it up and get the games anyways, but we can complain all we want, okay? But it's going to be very hard to boycott a game like Mario Kart, for example, compared to, let's just say, Stellar Blade, because you can really live without Stellar Blade. And guess what? They actually had Stellar Blade for $80 on PC for, like, extra skins and DLCs as well. But you don't ever see that 4chan lie about Stellar Blade being $80, don't you? Okay? Or the fact that, AAA developers, which I know a lot of people love to ignore, were charging games for over $100 as well. Civ 7 Founders Edition, $130. Assassin's Creed Shadows, like Special Edition, whatever it's called, $130, okay? And let's not forget, the $200 game, Final Fantasy game, that doesn't even include the game itself. Yeah, there was like a Final Fantasy game or our JRPG game. They had a limited edition game, and they were charging $200 for it, and they even come with the game. Or let's forget about the $100 Last of Us collection that 4chan loves to ignore so much because it's Sony, and Sony gets to get away with it. They were charging $120 for that as well. Okay. As well. Or don't forget that every single AAA game has literal microtransactions in them now. Because they gotta milk the consumers as much as possible. But 4chan's calling Nintendo the villain. Not, all these other developers who kept trying to push up the price. You know who started $30 games? PlayStation and Sony. Okay? You know who started $100 games? Studios like 2K Games, who were charging $120 for Civ 7 Founders Edition. Or Ubisoft, way before Mario Kart World's price was revealed, oh, you get the super special edition of Assassin's Creed Shadows for $130, okay? Oh, it's just an easy $140 because they want you, because the base game is not the full game to these AAA developers. They know they're gonna make DLCs because they're greedy and they only want to make more money. And also when the DLCs are not even that good, they're just going to charge, even more money for DLCs that are not even that good. And then we have people complain about Nintendo putting free updates for Mario Golf and stuff. Okay, you should be happy you don't even have to pay $140 to play freaking Civ 7 2 days early. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Goodbye.